I go by Bex, and I am a clinical outcome assessment scientist within our COA program at the Cpath Institute. And I'm going to speak with you today about the potential role of Cpath's COA program in the context of Polycystic Kidney Disease Outcomes Consortium. So as a disclaimer, the views and opinions expressed in these slides are those of myself as the presenter and should not be attributed to any organizations, companies, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, or Critical Path Institute. So a bit about the Clinical Outcome Assessment Program at Cpath. So the COA program includes the Patient-Reported Outcomes Consortium, which is led by Stephen Coons, the Electronic Patient-Reported Outcome Consortium, which is now led by Scotty Kern, and then with an anticipated launch in late summer of 2021, the COA program will also include a rare disease COA consortium to be led by Lindsay Murray. A primary role of the COA program is to collaborate with other Cpath programs and consortia that are seeking regulatory endorsement of COAs for use as endpoint measures in treatment trials. And that's what we'll focus on here today. And our COA program includes 6 scientific staff and 7 administrative staff. So I'm going to focus on the Pro Consortium here a bit. So the Pro Consortium was formed in late 2008 by Cpath in cooperation with the FDA's Center for Drug Evaluation and Research and pharmaceutical industry. The membership of the Pro Consortium includes 24 pharmaceutical firms, and additional participants within this Pro Consortium include representatives from governmental agencies, so the Food and Drug Administration, the National Institutes of Health, and then we also partner with clinical consultants, patients, academic researchers, and contract research organizations towards the development of pro measures and other COAs. This slide here is just showing you a glimpse of the 24 different member pharmaceutical companies. So the mission statement of the Pro Consortium is to establish and maintain a collaborative framework with appropriate stakeholders for the qualification of pro measures and other COAs that will be publicly available for use in clinical trials where COA-based endpoints are used to support product labeling claims. So the work of the Pro Consortium is aimed at the following objectives. So first and foremost, we're trying to enable a pre-competitive collaboration that's going to include FDA input and their expertise. And what we're trying to do through that collaboration is avoid the development of multiple endpoint measures that are going to be used for the same purpose. And with that collaboration, include cost sharing for the development of either new measures or modifying existing endpoint measures, ultimately towards the goal of being able to facilitate FDA's review of medical products by having standardized COAs used as endpoint measures for specific concepts of interest and specific contexts of use. Now, the Pro Consortium currently does this work through 9 different active working groups that are focused on the following therapeutic areas. So chronic heart failure, major depressive disorder, functional dyspepsia, irritable bowel syndrome, mild cognitive impairment due to Alzheimer's disease, multiple sclerosis, pediatric asthma, rheumatoid arthritis, and small cell lung cancer. So just to highlight some of the accomplishments of the Pro Consortium, so recently working groups have obtained FDA qualification for the following pro measures. So symptoms of major depressive disorder scale, the non-small cell lung cancer symptom assessment questionnaire, asthma daytime symptom diary and asthma nighttime symptom diary, and then most recently the diary for irritable bowel syndrome symptoms with a focus on constipation. Additionally, the Pro Consortium has received a regulatory endorsement for the myelofibrosis symptom assessment form, which is basically a harmonized consensus-derived version of a measure that brought together multiple pro measures that were assessing the same symptoms. In addition to those 4 that have already received FDA qualification, the Pro Consortium also has 15 other COAs in the FDA's qualification program, and these include 12 pro measures, 1 observer-reported outcome measure, a performance outcome measure, and then 1 activity monitor-based measure. So, given the focus of the COA program and work accomplished to date, how could the COA program facilitate a potential COA initiative in polycystic kidney disease, working with the Outcomes Consortium? So the example that we'll highlight here would be modification or revision of the autosomal dominant polycystic kidney disease pain and discomfort scale. So this is a scale that includes 20 items. It's a self-administered patient-reported outcome measure, and all 20 items have a 7-day recall. And 3 domains are included in this measure for those 20 items. So the 3 domains are dull kidney pain, sharp severe kidney pain, and then a fullness and discomfort domain. So as an example, what the COA program could do is to work with the Polycystic Kidney Disease Outcomes Consortium and the FDA to identify the measurement goals and role and endpoint hierarchy within this disease area. We could help coordinate review and gap analysis of the current ADPKD PDS measure. So what this would involve would be, asking the questions, what does the measure do well? What could the measure be doing better? And what, if anything, as far as, concepts that are important to the patient might be missing? Once we identify additional qualitative and quantitative research priorities, what we would do would be to help provide oversight of any research partner engagement. And what that means is, if additional qualitative and quantitative research needs to occur, we would assist the PKDOC in preparing any RFP that might be needed for any vendor executed research activities. We'd then support review of those proposals that come in from the vendors and provide opinion and guidance on selecting the vendors, and then ultimately manage vendor progress and coordinate review and approval of the deliverables that come from these vendors for this additional qualitative and quantitative research. And ultimately, then coordinating assembly of an evidence dossier that would undergo regulatory review and endorsement. So if there's any questions about the content that was shared in the slide deck or anything else regarding the COA program, you can contact myself at the email provided there or Stephen Coons at his email as well.